Today, on another note.
He has forgotten everybody's name, but he has not forgotten Teresa. The time will come when he will not be able to recognize you.
So for that person can't speak, can't eat, or don't recognize you is like, it's very hurtful. It's a hurtful disease. Yeah. We're gonna be featuring some local entrepreneurs and innovators, and today's highlight is at Green Creek VI.
It's awesome to see these young entrepreneurs doing things that are not, traditional to our culture.
I wish I could have just snapped my fingers and fire come up out of the ground.
Would you tell your friend that John is cheating on her?
No! Everybody would have home.
Mind your business.
So USDA, Albert Governor Brian just signed the bill to pass the medical marijuana bill.
I know we play with the words marijuana, we play with the word hemp. You guys know that if there's a difference, some people feel like marijuana and hemp are the same thing. They're not.
This is the healing of the nation. I'm looking forward to my ganja facial.
Oh no!
Welcome back to On Another Note. Thank you for tuning in, and you are watching because On Another Note is not your average talk show. Now, ladies, it's an exciting time in the BVA. Why is it?
It's election.
That's right. And while we are going to get into the debates or what have you, we will encourage you all to vote on February 25th. Cast your vote. Let your voice be heard. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. No vote is a vote.
Yeah.
So.
Correct.
Vote. And we can just get straight into it. Now, Alzheimer's, and the topic of Alzheimer's disease. I know this is a heavy topic and it has touched some persons very close to us. And I think what's essential is that we bring this up at this time because a lot more persons are being diagnosed. A lot of persons may also not understand what it is and understand how to recognize the early symptoms and what have you. So I'm just going to give an overview. I'm not a medical doctor.
I love it though. I'm really enjoying this part.
I'm not a medical doctor.
Go on.
But my research says that Alzheimer's disease, one of the major signs, of course, is dementia, which is a loss of memory functions or mental abilities that affect your daily life. Forgetting like important dates or events, and other really, really important things that wouldn't necessarily seem like someone would typically forget. Personality and mood changes, difficulty planning and solving problems, difficulty completing familiar tasks, difficulty determining time or place, vision loss. Like problems judging distance and what have you. So persons who have early onset Alzheimer's might find it difficult to drive, or they might request that persons drive them because they don't really quite understand what's happening. Difficulty finding the right words. I get that. But it's because I'm stressed sometimes.
Yeah, because I was just going to say,
I hope it's
right
that. Misplacing items often and difficulty making decisions. Now the risk factors.
Before you go on to the risk factors, I like that you said that dementia is a symptom of Alzheimer's. It's not one in the same. So just to clarify that, I think people try to use the words interchangeably, but it's really not. Alzheimer's is a chemical imbalance. Well, this dementia, you can actually have it from vascular events like strokes, where part of the brain
I wanted to
becomes
mention about that
ischemic
dementia thing, because
So
I
you
thought
can go on.
dementia was like the umbrella and Alzheimer's is like, a category of it.
Right.
Right, but dementia
This is
is
cool.
like memory loss in general.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
just
And
memory loss.
from any event, whether naturally or whether induced by accident or something like that. But one of the things about Alzheimer's that I didn't hear you mention is we keep associating it to older people when the truth is Alzheimer's can happen at any age, and there are a lot of 25-year-olds now, especially in America, being diagnosed.
Yes.
So
I was gonna get into that with risk factors. So yes, persons are showing like the early onset Alzheimer's disease. and it's increased. Your chances are increased if you have a parent or a sibling or even a child who has Alzheimer's. And I thought that was interesting.
indeed.
Although we see it mostly in persons over 85, they have a 50% risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. But persons as young as 40, we're seeing a lot more cases like that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ask Bertha to just share her experience, you know, if you don't mind, because you have this is something dear to you, close to you.
Yes, it is. My father has Alzheimer's. It is a hell of an experience, if I may say so. I think I can serve as advice to others, because I would advise anybody, don't throw away that person, don't write them off. Love that person, because all in all, that, people would give you their experiences, but in sharing my own experience, my father had, or has, because he's still alive, a quality of life. We were able to share jokes, and he would understand, he would recognize you sometimes. And he was living with me here for about 2 years, and we made so many memories. There is one of my favorite memories is there was a time we were sitting next to each other, listening to hymns, and you know, all of a sudden he dropped his hand at me and he said, "You eating well?" Meaning I look fat. And we laughed so loud and so long, and after that he said, "Woo," because he enjoyed that joke so much.
Well, you know, I wanted to share too. Remember we were talking about the fact that your mother is one person he hasn't forgotten. Is her mom. Yeah. So I said, Lord, it got to be what she was doing. But anyhow.
I think that has a lot to do with it, but it reminds me of the scripture that's in the Bible says that when two people are married, you're no longer two, you become one flesh.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because he has forgotten everybody's name, but he has not forgotten Teresa. He hasn't forgotten. He recognizes her. He knows that that's his wife. And another one of my favorite memories is one time when my daughter came from church, the youngest one. Both my parents were out on the porch, and my mother called my daughter, and my daughter slipped, and she hurt a cut that she already had, and the cut started gushing blood. And you know, I saw my father, he's 83, at the time he was 81, and I saw my father just spring up, and you know, he braced her up, you know, preventing her from a possibly, you know, a broken leg or something. He braced her up, you know, just like the hero he has always been to us. And you know,
So
you
certain
know,
things are still innate.
yes, yes. You know, I saw the other side of him too, getting angry, but I was able to speak to him, and you know, I became the parent now,
Right.
and speak to him
But
and scold him.
I have a question though about how did you first notice that's what was going on with him? Because I know to diagnose it, there's a medical exam and a neurological exam. But before that, how would you have known, or your mom would have known to take him?
Well, he was living separate from us, and people that were living close to us, they were, you know, making comments that he had actually gotten lost, right in the neighborhood, you know, the little street there. He got lost a couple times, and we took him, and the doctor diagnosed him. And one of the things that the doctor said, the time will come, but when he will not be able to recognize you. And that was so painful to me. But in dealing with it, there's no time to be feeling sorry for my father. You know, just treat that person with all the dignity that the person deserves. And, you know, until such time, just continue to treat that person with love and respect. And it's one of the things that we have to deal with. And until that time, yes.
I think that some people don't really talk about the stress that that caregivers have to go through. Because I mean, people are always worried about the person who has Alzheimer's or who's diagnosed, but they're fine most of the time once they're monitored. But the caregiver, whether it's the children, the wife, or the relative, because you're not used to the person being almost like a child. And especially it's hard for men, like if it's a father or grandfather. Okay, so straight up, Alzheimer's runs in my family. My grandfather died from it, my great-grandfather died from it, my great-grandmother died from it, my great-uncle died from it, my great-aunt died from it, and I'm pretty sure some other little family members have little hints and winks of it. So I'm very versed in it. I had to take care of my grandfather until he died. This year marks 10 years. So, you know, my grandfather was like Bertha's father. One of a kind, strong, independent. He's the macho head of the house. What he say go, he don't say it twice. So for that person, can't speak, can't eat, or don't recognize you is like, it's very hurtful. It's very hurtful. Or they think that you're someone else. So my house has 3 women, me and my sister. Well, it's 4 now, but before it was 3 of us, mommy, me, and my sister. But roles were changed, and he thought I was mommy. He thought my sister was me, and he thought mommy was my grandmother. And for whatever reason, I got all the hell. I got all of it. I was like, mommy, what you doing? What you doing? You're younger. But, I mean, one time I would speak, and he would listen, like, you the boss. And I was like, okay. And then the next time it was like, you ain't a boss of me. This is stupidness. And I mean, they do so much things that's so weird. They curse. My grandfather was never a cursor. They don't eat. They refuse. They go on these real stubborn trips. And everything you say to do, they don't do it. And they prove on a point they don't do it for days. So I think the caregivers need a lot of support because it's like you have this weight on you to be normal, and then you go home to take care of someone that's not normal.
I mean, now that, because April mentioned the fact that it is something that potentially can run in your heritage.
Oh yeah, it's mine.
Adriana has now said that, hey,
For sure.
I'm a living proof that this actually runs within heritage. Lately, there are a lot of games that talk about building memory muscle and keeping. So, you know, there are a lot of cell phone games that talk about building memory muscle. And one of the things I saw is that those are really helpful because your body automatically knows how to do certain things. So even though they have lost function and control over thought processes, which is what Alzheimer's is doing to you, they're just some things that you know how to do because it's habitual. So perhaps encouraging, you know, even younger generations or people who have that in their family to always keep your mind sharp, doing these games, you know.
I mean, you could say that all well and dandy, but at the end of the day, when they're going, they're going.
No, agreed. But there's some things you could help.
When we did the whole assessments and taking him to mental health for his weekly or bi-weekly appointments and stuff like that, they were like, there are card games that you could do, there's memory games that you can do. And I tried to do them with him, but at one point, those are even painful to do because he's like, I know. And then he'd look at me in this kind of space out, like he's hurt that he can't remember what it is that he's looking at. So...
But I cannot complete this segment without saying
so make us
that
all
when
cry.
it comes to when it comes to my father.
Sorry. Memory.
It's a hurtful disease.
Yeah.
It's hurtful to the caregiver, to the family. When someone doesn't remember you, it's a loved one, a father, a mother, even I think out of all, I mean, cancer and everybody, you're saying goodbye to people. They kind of know that they're sick or they're ill, they're leaving. But let me tell you, Daddy was okay Friday night, and Saturday, Daddy was gone. It was that fast. So some people can go through this gradual thing. They can do games. They can take ginkgo biloba. They can do whatever they want if they think that it works. But sometimes you really have no control. And it's like day and night. He was here Friday night, and Saturday he could not use the bathroom. He could not eat. He did not know who I was. He looked at me and attacked me like a stranger. And then Sunday morning, he got up, took a bath, and had tea. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, what's wrong with you? You're crazy? What do you mean if I'm okay? If we didn't take pictures, he would not believe us. And then it went from one weekend until a week, until a month, and then he was gone. This happened December. My grandfather died July. So anybody who's living with that, that was like, you know, for us it was a shock, but for somebody like Balta who's going through it now, you're dealing with it for years. That's even more painful to me because it's like, it's longer, it's a drawn out kind of thing, and you're trying to give them the love that they deserve, that you know they need, but
I have to put this in when it comes to my father, because he was always a Christian. It has made it so much easier for us. We have seen the hand of God, because my father has not forgotten that name either. That is one name he has not forgotten. And whenever you play his favorite hymns, you know, he kicks into action and you almost see the old Benito. So that has helped a lot, and you know, God has been good to us all in all. And I couldn't complete this segment without putting that in. Amen.
Amen. We're gonna need a tissue.
Yes. Wow. Thank you, ladies, for sharing those stories with us. And now you know a little more about what the family members, the relatives, the friends, the caregivers go through in dealing with Alzheimer's. So I'm going to take this time to take a quick commercial break. On another note, we'll be right back.
we're going to be featuring some local entrepreneurs and innovators, and today's highlight is at Green Creek VI.
It's awesome to see these young entrepreneurs doing things that are not, you know, traditional to our culture.
I wish I could have just snapped my fingers and fire come up out of the ground.
Would you tell your friend that John is cheating on her?
No! Everybody would have home.
Mind your business.
So USVI, Governor Brian just signed the bill to pass the medical marijuana bill.
I know we play with the words marijuana, we play with the word hemp. You guys know that if there's a difference, some people feel like marijuana and hemp are the same thing. They're not.
This is the healing of the nation! I'm looking forward to my ganja facial.
Shavanda Naturals, handmade natural products made in the British Virgin Islands. Our products are sourced from natural and sometimes organic ingredients. Shavanda Naturals is the perfect gift for your loved one this season. Try our hair and body butters, natural handmade bar soaps, lip balms, shampoos, conditioners, oils, pomades, and scrubs. Also available for wholesale to hotels, bed and breakfast, as well as retail markets. Call us at 443-5404 or send us an email at shavanda@gmail.com.
Inair invites you to indulge yourself in artful designs, exciting colour palettes, and unique styles through our affordable decor pieces and beautiful home designs. Enjoy the ease of browsing our online store for that perfect complementary piece for your home or office, or have one of our talented consultants work with you to transform your room into a masterpiece. Take advantage of the expedited shipping and personalized customer care. Your dream home awaits you. Envision, create, transform.
Okay, so welcome back to On Another Note. Before we get into the next segment, let us plug our clothing sponsors. We have Beautiful by Jasanay, we have Duo Collection, we have Umi, and She Likes VI. So thank you, ladies, for keeping us beautiful. And now I'm just gonna throw it to Miss Sotheby.
Yeah, so today's, after I'm ball my guts out.
Your whole
we're back, you know, and we're back. You're good.
Where though?
So we're going to be featuring some local entrepreneurs and innovators, and today's highlight is at Green Creek VI for Akeem Leonard is the entrepreneur. All the way from Virgin Gorda, yes!
Oh, is he? Okay,
I think he would like to hear this. Oh gosh,
I clearly.
So Green Creek VI is concentrated on creating unique pieces and furniture and items out of concrete and epoxy, and also using recyclable glass and
tile
shelves.
and, yes.
He makes countertops, he makes floors, he makes benches, he makes chairs. He makes, even right now as we tape, I know that he's in Miami doing another course in creating some new items out of concrete, mixing some countertops that look like marble, but it's not marble, it's concrete, and it can save you a ton of money as we rebuild since these hurricanes.
You
so I know
work smarter.
Yeah.
So this is kind of good.
And it's eco-friendly.
It's eco-friendly.
And it's just gorgeous. Like I know, like you hear those things like broken glass and tile, and you're thinking, what? But it's gorgeous. Like he's an artist with his stuff.
Wow. He even has like, I like to see the shells in the floors, like the half of the conch shells, because there's like, it looks just like a swirl, but it's the shell, and I'm like, what is that? Even someone posted on Facebook about Mexico is using glow in the dark concrete to light up villages. And then Akeem posted, been there, done that, 2014. I was just like, oh! Well, now you need to do it on a mass scale.
Yeah, so I would love to see that.
It's awesome to see these young entrepreneurs doing things that are not, you know, traditional to our culture. So it's way outside the box, and it's really helping not just our rebuilding, but it's really helping brand BVI, because now eventually, hopefully, Akeem will be able to export items just like we usually export to Caribbean.
He started. I just think it's on a smaller scale, so you know, when he gets all these jobs, he can hire an assistant like me. I can do weekend work when I'm not doing something else.
That is awesome.
But you know, the funny thing about Akeem is, I remember growing up with him, and I'm going to be very frank. Anyone who knows him, he was a terror, like terror. And to see him evolve into this amazing individual who like just, you know, focused in, found something that maybe was just a hobby, because his father's into construction and he's a builder as well. And even the other family members of theirs. So, you know, he was able to like own it and say, you know, let me just create something willy-nilly. And he said even in like a trade show he did, some pieces he did out of fun is actually something that he's getting requests for, and he has to do them on a larger scale. And he was like, well, who knew I would actually do a countertop out of this thing? So, I mean, it tells you, or it shows you that, you know, people who condemn their children or other people's children and say, well, they're bad, they ain't gonna be nothing in life, etc., etc.
He showed them. He showed them.
He showed them, and he's a prime example of, you know,
that is excellent.
What you think is for me is not for me.
Right.
That's not my destiny.
It's about finding what your true gift is, your talent, you know, your purpose. So
and what I like is the open minds of the public, because really maybe a few years ago we would not have embraced this.
No.
We're so used to our Korean and our marble and our laminate countertops.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have embraced this. And seeing these trends pop up and we being so embracing as a culture now, I just love it. I absolutely love it.
Maybe we're finally watching HGTV.
And maybe he could, I mean, I'm hoping that as he evolves too, like all of this plastic that we have all over the place, I mean, I'm really hoping that the Virgin Islands move away from plastic use, but all of like finding ways to use it, to put it into building infrastructure and stuff like that. So I'm kind of excited about his journey, because he looks like he's definitely evolving. He's at just a high point of his game, so let's see what he could do with that.
Big ups to Akeem.
I know.
He is cool people too. He is cool. He really is. I met him, well, formally when we went to see the governor as part of the governor and Lord Ahmad, the Overseas Territories Minister. And so Akeem is just charismatic and full of life, and just very open and honest and humble, and I love that about him. So big up to you, Akeem.
That's good.
And the entire Green Creek team.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm liking how we're featuring our locals. So.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Of course, of course.
But right now, we're gonna get into our. I wish that I could have just snapped my fingers and fire come up out of the ground, because we are gonna go to Hot Topics with Queen B. Take it away.
So today's hot topic. You see your best friend boyfriend, John, talking to this other girl. And they're not just talking, they're really getting into each other. And you know that there is something else going on. Would you tell your friend that John is cheating on her?
No. No. No.
Catching
I don't break up homes.
April, you wouldn't tell me?
No.
Adrian,
I
I
love
know
you
you
and I-
wouldn't tell me. Tell me. Tell me.
Listen, I know Karen Taylor. Listen, okay. I love you, but I'm not going there. And you know what? This is kind of close to me because I've actually seen this, you know.
Okay.
I went someplace to eat. And I see home by my girlfriend home by. You know, cozy up next to another woman and they were having lunch. Now mind you, my girlfriend confided in me some things and she said, oh man, don't take her to lunch. So I'm like,
Listen.
but I know the other chick. And
She could eat.
and she's single. She's single.
Could be a
Well,
meeting.
I
Could
say,
be
you
a
know,
meeting.
April, mind your business, go inside, right? I gone inside, come back out, they're asking the waitress to pack up their food so that they could go. So I was like, you're guilty conscience. But he sold himself out right there to me. I was like, you know, I won't say nothing, I won't think nothing. But when he ordered to go, because they had just gotten their food, and you know, I just see him do this, like, you know, you could. I was like, and then he was extra nice to me. Like, he was like, anyhow, you good? He came back inside the establishment. He's like, so you good? How you been? How? At that time, I only had one child. How you daughter? And I'm like, yeah. I okay. She okay. But I said nothing because the funny thing is, let's just say she had known that he was not a faithful kind of guy.
Okay.
And so I was like, it don't make a difference because even if I say, then she gonna just go back to any other. Plus, don't break up happy homes. That's my take on it.
That's your take.
Don't break up a happy home. They say they have to lead them.
If it depends, because it depends on the closeness. Now, if this is my best friend, right, I will make it my business for that fella to see me. Hi, how you doing, darling? Are you all right? Okay. I will make it my business to make sure we have an interaction. So I'm not really distracting the people's lunch or whatever, but I'm going to make it my business. And then I'm going to talk to my friend, but not specifically indicating that, yes, this is what happened. I feel like I'm going to let...
She's going to be like, what are you asking me these questions?
No.
Did she tell me?
No.
Listen,
When-
if a friend know you, she going to pick your mouth. She'll be like,
No, I will just have her talk about her relationship because more than likely we cool like that, we talking. So then I kind of feel out, okay, what's going on, what other issues they're having, and then when it's appropriate, then I'm going to indicate what I was concerned about. But I wouldn't really say, I see your man cheating because I don't know exactly what they were doing. So I'm going to read my friend to see where they are in their relationship before I actually go and instigate things, mash up their relationship. No. I feel them out, but he will know.
oh, so you're saying if she say, let me be studying that dude, then you're going to be like, okay, well, I'm glad you tell me that because boom, 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 boom. And you know what she's going to do?
No, you just
she's
hold
going to go
it.
and meet you and then you're going to see them like
You
this.
hold it for the most appropriate time. You're gonna say, well,
You
know
gonna
that
hold,
this
but
happened.
how you gonna hold it? That's my question.
As in, I mean, you read your friend, you listen to what she's saying. If she even
I gotta mash all eye up. I sorry,
been in
I
this
sorry,
situation.
producer, but I gotta take out my phone. I gotta go boop, boop, boop. Get on here? No. Boop. This message was brought to you by Inspectress Daddy.
that's another approach. That's a good approach.
I ain't going off of he said, she said because people don't really believe that he said, she said.
don't-
I go boop, 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 until you get here now and handle your business.
That's not enough proof.
If I don't do that, then I gotta keep my mouth
It's
shut.
not enough
But
proof.
listen,
If I
though,
don't have proof,
I have
I
been
shut
in
up.
this situation before, right? And
You send pictures?
I have been in a situation before where I know unequivocally that something was happening with a really good friend of mine, and the other person who involved was also a really good friend of mine. And it was a terrible. I wasn't even in BVI, but it was BVI people. And it was too small of a circle, and I'm a researcher just by nature. So what I did was I looked up, do you tell yada yada. I did, and this was like MSN days when you didn't have when you had AOL Messenger, and you know, this was my college days, guys. So I looked it up, right? And psychologists back then said that there's a difference between ethical and something good. Sometimes we mix the two.
Okay, that's
So
true.
sometimes we mix
I
the
agree.
two. It may be ethical for you to say something, but it's not always good for you to say something. So what I did was I didn't approach any of the ladies. I went to the young man. And I said to him, "Hey, sweetie, I noticed what's happening, and
I love
I just want you to know that
So
I'm not going to say
diplomatic.
nothing." Because I told him it's
Yeah.
not my place. I'm not in their relationship. I don't care how much I know about the relationship, and I knew a lot. I don't want to be the person, but I went to him and I know what's happening. I'm letting you know your secret is safe with me, but I don't like what you're doing, okay? And I left it there. I left it there. What I will say, when the whole thing blew up and everybody knew that I knew, it was not a good place for my
You
friendship with my friends.
You're thinking.
You know, because the other girl involved then mentioned that
Angela, listen, the
You
side
know,
effect of
and
actually
yeah, so-
opening up and doing something like that to
So you
your
think
friend
damned if you do, damned if you don't?
prematurely is that she going to confront her man, and then her and her man have a discussion, and then all of a sudden you the odd man out because you caused the problem. You okay? Because you destroyed their relationship,
listen,
and
let
then
me
they
tell you,
rebuild.
Me taking pics was not an
Please,
attempt
okay,
to
I didn't
destroy
say
the
anything.
relationship. Me taking pics was making sure you got concrete evidence for when you ready or when you're not ready to address it.
Let me tell you about that, right? So a night I was in the club. Anyhow, I was in the club, and now this is a girlfriend of mine too. Another girlfriend apparently had tell her, "Get on to the club now. We got here and there with her." She burst through the door with her entourage, right? And that time I had seen her long time, and I was like, "My friend crazy. I ain't even tell she nothing." She burst through the door. So apparently he see this entourage come through because of like how the club is situated. If he make the escape, and it was like we were shoulder to shoulder in the club, and they were tight that night. So I just see him moving through the girl. Listen, that girl moved fast, you know. She just, that soca song, a ducking. She just like, she run through the entrance, and then he come back in, and I see her up in his face, like, and he's like, and then like a couple of minutes later, I see she backing up.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
But
saying?
I mean, the thing is, we keep talking about intentions and interpretations. For me, if I do something like that, my intention is not to break up your happy home. Because sometimes, like you said, people know they get in hand, they know they get in butt. They might not have evidence, they might be okay with it. So if you okay with it, I just gotta let you know, like, we had this conversation already about you want to know who the girl is. You don't mind if you have other food, but you just want to know what an entree is. That's stupidness. But my thing to that effect, I've been in all kind of situations, and me knowing, Jana, no, I like to mind my business. I don't really care unless it's a close friend of mine. If it's a close friend of mine, I want you to tell me. I don't matter if it's stupidity and I go back. I want to know, because when I had enough, I can go back to my text messages and I can go, wait a minute. Let me save this, print that. Let me save that, print that. Let me save that, print that. I done with you. That way getting hand. I put you on a long time.
I have a story. My story is very similar to Angel. You know, my best friend and her man. I was at a club, surprisingly.
I know.
And there he is with her.
Oh.
So I didn't tell my best friend anything, but I went to him and I make sure she saw me, the other woman saw me. So I confronted him and I said, that's the same thing we'll be talking about. And I let down the law. But I didn't tell her anything, because sometimes what your eyes don't see, your heart doesn't feel. You just have to assess the
But
situation.
you telling me now, though.
But I think
But you telling me now,
yeah, but I think sometimes we need to make sure that it is the aggressor that we're going to. If two people are in the middle of the fight, you don't go to the person passing the fight and say, buddy, what you doing? You know that they're fighting, right? No. You go to the person who is wrong and you say, boo, this isn't right. I don't think it's fair for you to go to the innocent party in the matter and bring something that they are unaware of. You need to attack the person who is being the wrongdoer
But what do you
in
think
the
comes
situation.
of that? Because I think the only thing that comes of it is that he'll just know not where to go. Like he's
feel
like,
like
he's just
he
gonna be like,
actually-
I'm not going there
it's
no
not
more.
even about not where to go. You are a friend, and every time you're around, the uncomfortability because
Yes.
what he doesn't know, what you don't have to say
Just
is
make up a word.
I know, right?
look that up.
That was smooth, though. I like that.
That's a word. Okay. Dictionary according to the angel. Okay. But what I would have not done, what if in my hindsight, I wouldn't have said to him, I'm not gonna say anything. That I think I shouldn't have said that. But only now in my grown stage.
Because you know what happened? That loyalty look good to this man who ain't even your friend.
Well, he was
You
my
gonna say,
cousin.
"I ain't
But
gonna
anyways.
tell Why?
I don't
Why
wanna say
wouldn't
that
you
out
not
loud,
tell your
'cause,
friend?
you know.
Why you talking to this man like
feel
he's your
like
friend?
when you actually show up to the guy, he will preemptively go to the listen. So babe, so you know yesterday I had a meeting with you know
He'll tell her the story.
you know it's such a
different
keeper.
version.
He'll tell her the different
He will tell
version.
her
Different version,
himself,
which is
and at
fine.
least that opens one
door.
door to whatever else being revealed.
And I firmly believe, like the Bible says, everything done in secret must come to light.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mind your business if you want peace in your life.
business.
I like
that
song.
song.
Mind your funky business. Just leave me alone.
If you young, if you between the ages of 16 and 22, blossom. If you like, man, if you're almost 30, mind your business. Just
I would like us to continue this conversation on
Indeed.
Facebook. Yes.
Indeed.
Would you tell your friend if
my best friend,
if
my children, my
his
child,
or
mother.
her, I don't know what kind
said
of
I have
friend
a
you have,
pick.
male or female, if their significant other is stepping out, or you think so? Would you? Okay.
I want you to tell me if. I want you to tell me.
Okay.
Okay.
So moving right along.
Indeed, indeed.
On
All right.
another note.
Indeed. So we are going to talk about our health topic, our health note. So remember last time I spoke a little bit about marijuana. I want to bring back that topic because I left a lot unsaid, but I'm bringing it back up because it's going to affect me so much in dermatology.
So you're
So-
going to offer that service at those
I
products
don't know yet,
okay.
but we are going to be doing the research, right? So I know we play with the words marijuana, we play with the word hemp. You guys know that if there's a difference, some people feel like marijuana and hemp are the same thing. They're not.
It's a family.
It's a family.
Right.
It's one of the cannabis plants. So that's one is cannabis sativa. But I have to say that they have the same kind of cannabinoids. Remember we mentioned that word last time. And those seem to be the things, or that's the item that people are triggering in products. And that's because we have a system in our bodies, intrinsic. It's called the endocannabinoid system. So in fact, our body provides and makes some levels of cannabinoids.
Listen, I just get chills in her.
Internal
This is the healing of the nation.
We have internal
we
cannabis,
do.
is what you're saying?
I said cannabinoid. I didn't say cannabis. But at least some of these products that are very similar to the things we actually are able to make intrinsically, they are working towards making them as topical. So specifically how it's going to affect me in dermatology. I just came back from a conference in Orlando and it was a hot topic up there. And I mean, talking about skin rejuvenation and helping with the wrinkles. So one of the, well, let's just specifically say hemp and hemp oil. This is the one that's more accessible because it has less THC in it, the thing that makes you high. It has less THC in it. So it's more, but you're not going to get high from rubbing the creams on your hands, right? But at least it's safe, so it's more available and accessible. So I actually feel like I think Walmart has a whole line of hemp products. And what they do is they deliver cannabinoids to your skin, help with the wrinkles and fine lines.
Wait a minute.
And that's because it actually infuses moisture. It's a moisturizing agent. It has a lot of omega-3 and 6. How many times you guys heard about omega-3 and 6? We talk about heart, right? We talk about the healthy oils. So it has those. And it also has vitamin A, B, C, and E.
But I have a question.
D as well.
Is hemp in Vicks?
I have to say I am not aware that
Because
hemp
why
is
are we
in
Caribbean
vape.
people? We really love Vicks. You sick, use some Vicks. You allergies, put some Vicks. You got itch, put some Vicks.
My children.
My house was the Vicks and the Vaseline house.
yeah?
Okay, you got pink eye, put some Vaseline on
I
it.
don't think that it has any.
They got a hemp in
it
Vicks.
doesn't have.
You don't get high off of it.
I was
Why they get high
I
out
was
of Vicks
wondering
too?
if
I
that's
felt
what the
sick last night. I
direction.
Vicks it up.
Indeed. But in terms of also using it, so that's one version of using it for skincare. So there's
So
a
you
line
can't
of
blow the smoke in
washes,
your
there's a-
face.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
So actually when you, so if you think about the hemp plant, you have the leaves and then you have the flower, but the seeds is that's where you get mostly the hemp oils. You press the seeds and then you get the hemp oil. It has like less
put
than
hemp in my
0.3% THC, so it's safe. So this is, to me, this is something that's gonna reach to the BVI faster than the actual medical marijuana that we keep talking about, as kind of sensitizing us to the topic, because there's actually a hairline.
Yeah.
With hemp, yeah.
There's a hemp hairline, and hemp hairline is really good because it actually infuses such moisture. And you know, black hair,
It's really good
we
for
require
natural hair.
so much
Yeah.
hydration.
You're telling
and
me?
I
so
was just
much
gonna say, for a
oil.
very long time, I've been using hemp products in my hair. Well, not
But
today.
the things them not April.
I just thought that it was just, I don't know, like a normal thing to put. So I've been hearing hemp, and I've always, not always, but I've known what the difference between the marijuana and hemp is for quite some time. And I eat something kind of like hemp seeds.
Yeah.
What have you.
Yes.
Yeah, because I.
But then
Well,
JVD
I'm
tried.
mainly vegan, so I need those vitamins.
Vitamins.
Indeed. And now we know, I mean, if you didn't know already, it's high in omega 3 and
Right,
6.
so
Those are your nice,
That's why I eat the way I eat as
nice
well.
fatty acids.
So one
yeah.
of
But
the things that I think,
but before we go there, so you were talking about it reaching our shores through the hemp products and what have you. But
That's why I
remember
wanted to
that
jump in
right-
and ask,
but
because
right
then
next
Jasper
door,
Dyke,
that's what I was
Jasper
saying.
Dyke did the it didn't start off as hemp.
not the hemp
It started off as
Remember,
something else.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
a
about
weed
right next
fest.
door, USVI,
They
Albert
just-
Bryan, Governor Bryan just signed the bill to pass the medical marijuana bill. So over in St. Thomas right now, well, not right, I don't know if it's right now, but there are, they've allowed it for persons who have like chronic disease, for chronic pain, for debilitating disease and what have you. Yes.
Issues.
But of course, you have to go through like a medical. You have
There's
to
a-
go
it's
through a
a
medical
process, yeah.
professional, and you can't have any more than 4 ounces if once approved.
Yeah.
You know.
What I love about when they enacted their act is it starts off with, whereas the voting public of the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm like, go voters. There we go. Say what you want. That's how the act starts out for them. And I for me, that's powerful, because if we continue this conversation, then we can really see a difference in making sure that the medical side to something that we have criminalized for a very long time is at the forefront.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah. So I actually feel like it's a good idea. And the reason why I'm also introducing the idea of the hemp, because I'm probably going to bring in a few products. Once legal. But
hemp isn't illegal.
Hemp is legal.
Hemp
is
isn't-
legal.
yeah.
So I'm just saying that that's like a window of opportunity for us to understand there are benefits to medical marijuana, and not to just speak about the bad aspects about it. You don't have to use the entire plant. You can use those extracts from it. And yeah, I
Nice.
think we should stay open.
I'm looking forward to
Open-minded.
my ganja facial.
Oh,
That's what she just said. She just said she gonna have weed facials.
no, hemp. That's not what I said. I said hemp.
I
We're
put hemp
gonna-
in- I put hemp in my
We're
Vicks.
gonna go to a commercial break. On another note, we'll be right back. More weed talk. More weed talk.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142. At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
And we're back on another note. It has been an amazing episode so far. One of the things that I wanted to bring back up was a topic that Adriana talked about earlier when she was highlighting one of our very own, Akeem Leonard, and some of the very unique, out-of-the-box entrepreneurial things that he's been doing. I want you to take a look at where we are. You're going to see something you have never seen in the BVI. Shout out to Amidro because we are at 116 Cherryville, only found in the BVI. Do you know what that is? It is a container home. 2 containers turned into an amazing villa. It is. Amidro, papi, this is awesome. Awesome. So whether you want long-term, whether you want a long-term stay, you have friends visiting, whether you are on a vacation, events, house parties, you know, this place is available. Take a look at the video we have coming up next. This has been Real Appeal.
Are you looking for a vacation home or event rental space? Sotheby's has the perfect space just for you. Nestled beneath the hillsides in Carrot Bay, 116 Cherryville is a unique 2-bedroom container home complete with Caribbean flair and modern design. Surrounded with plush yard space equipped with ample parking and a beautiful entertainment-worthy outdoor deck with a built-in bar and an upper lookout deck that looks straight across the Caribbean Sea. This beautiful one-of-a-kind villa is steps away from the beach. The space could be yours, whether you desire a vacation rental, purchase of your dream home, or an open space for an event. British Virgin Islands Sotheby's Limited has extraordinary properties for all your real estate needs. Contact us today at 284-340-5552 or visit our website at bvisothebyrealty.com.
Thanks for tuning in to OANTalk today. Ladies, it was awesome.
Yes.
Again, we shed some tears today, but all worth it. We've learned so much more about Alzheimer's. We learned about ganja facials.
Controversial topic.
And we did it all in a beautiful location in Carrot Bay, 116 Cherryville. Big up to Amidro. Thank you for allowing us in your spot. And viewers, listen, you got to like us on Facebook. You have to follow us on Instagram and check out our YouTube on Another Note BVI, OANTalk. And we're going to see you next episode, okay? So keep tuning in. Bye.
Bye.